before we started getting involved with feeding people, I was that person for 2 weeks. The mother of my children was working a full-time job, and I had my 7-year-old and my 10-year-old, Nora and Azra, mostly. So I do have tips for that. So we did puzzles, but we bought puzzles, I guess, before they became sold out on the whole planet Earth. So we've been doing puzzles. And this was the 2 weeks before. Like, I literally have my family. We are all doing a group meeting. Do I need to contain myself separately from my family while I'm feeding everyone? I mean, because really the safest thing to do would for me to do that. But when you're at home with your family, like my 2 girls, we got to do stuff that we haven't done ever. You know what I mean? I mean, we had a picnic in the front yard, you know, when we weren't around anybody else. You know, we have the green trail behind us, you know, so we were riding bikes, eating together and just having fun. And I mean, it's kind of neat when you, and I'm saying before the Hillbilly Smokers were formed, it's kind of neat to wake up and really not have a lot to do that day. We even tried to make it where it wasn't all about TV, but we just started doing stuff together as a family. You know, we cooked together. The girls very involved with chores, you know, so it wasn't like, hey, if you do this, I'm going to pay you $1. It was like, every time we have dinner, you're going to set the table and you're going to help out with lunch. And then I have my girls, one of them is the manager that day. So they love that. They feel empowered. And of course the adult is the general manager, you know what I mean? But I let one be the manager for that day, and that manager makes sure that lunch is ready for the family, and they make sure that not that they have to cook the whole lunch, but they'll have an idea, like, as he's like, oh, I want to make sandwiches today. You know, and I'm a chef. My girls are pretty good at cooking. Literally, they're making the food, you know, which takes it off of an adult, you know what I mean? If your kids can make lunch for you. And then they get excited about it, you know what I mean? Instead of saying, I don't want that. I mean, they're eating it, and they're doing the sales pitch to their sister. Hey, did you try my, you know, and they're putting chips in them. You know, I put crunchies in there, you know. So just if you have the means to stay at home with your family and you're not working right now and you don't have to go anywhere, just hang out with the little critters, you know what I mean? And give yourself some you time, you know. So my kids take a nap every day. So that means I have that hour and a half to get some work done, you know what I mean? To do some things that I personally need to do. And then at nighttime, I know they're going to go to bed by 8 o'clock, you know, so I can kind of do my personal things during that time. And then I've just been trying to love on them, you know, in the meantime. So, you know, just realize it's a different time for them. And kids get scared. So they're scared. Like, my oldest was terrified that we weren't going to have school for the rest of the year. So be careful what you say to your kids, you know, and they don't need to know some things. They do need to know to be safe. You know, my children know that they need to be 6 feet from other people, and that's very important. But let them just have fun with them as kids, you know. I've just been kind of going on their level, you know, and just building forts, you know, and just silly stuff.